What's going on today, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am, because we're back to working on these guys. We're going to make a little bit of progress. We've got the majority of the big stuff taken care of. The next things we got to do is figure out some of these small things. And what we're going to have to tackle today is this guy. So we got to figure out where we're going to actually put this to make it fit. So this one has to go on the outside. It's in a giant heat sink, so it's going to get hot. So we need to put it on the outside of the headlight so we don't have even more hot stuff inside there, because I've already taken the space and kind of condensed it on top of having wires and other things. So the more heat we can get out of it, the better. Now with that, we do need some vents in this, and luckily I've gone ahead and kept, you can kind of see it in there. That little gray dot is one vent. I probably should have one more. I know, they're on the car still. I know that the STI ones have like 3 or 4, but the Acura ones had 1. They had 2. The Acura one had 2. So we might have to sort that out, but for right now, let's get this guy plugged in, and I think I got a pretty good path forward. One thing that's going to be very, very important is to figure out where the actual bumper goes. So with that is this piece. This piece actually holds the bumper on underneath the headlight. And if we come over to the car, we can see that it actually hangs out right here. So with that, we kind of know where the bumper is going to go and where it's going to sit in relationship to the headlight. Now we can figure out where our spaces are that we need. Obviously, we've got a huge space right underneath the main high beam of the old lights, and we've got our beam kind of under, or no, this is the low beam, excuse me. Under the low beam, we've got lots of room to put stuff. So I think I'm gonna try to put it there, and luckily enough, it's easy enough to kind of locate because of this ring. And just to verify, we've got enough room on both sides. So this ring still has enough play above the bracket that is problematic for the headlights. So we can go ahead and probably locate it right there. Now I want to change that up a little bit because I have no way of putting this big giant flat thing that has, this is the seal, this circle. I wanted to put it right here. That's not happening because that's the front. That's where that's really, really tight. So I have to put it out here by this circle. Remember that circle was a locating spot, so I can attach around this area. I know I've got lots of room. I think I want to put it right here, but we will see. Okay, I've got a pretty good direction on which way I think I want to go. I want to put the module sitting right here, kind of like that. I can get to the plug-in if I need to. It's going to sit flat. But with that, I can take this piece out and make it even further and make the space even tighter, or I can bring this up and make it sit a little bit higher, but that gives me a little bit more room. And if I need to, I can put one of these plugs or these air release right here in this hole. So I've gone ahead and done this one. Basically all I've done is cut this chunk off and then cut around the seam and out, and taken that piece and flipped it over. So now it comes out and down instead of coming in and up. So we'll go ahead, I'll cut this piece out and I'll show you what we're talking about. But this is pretty much how I want to tackle it. Then we'll go ahead and fiberglass over the top, fiberglass over the sides, and make sure that there's no holes. So now we've got our big hole in here. The whole goal was to take this that's sitting normally like this and take and flip it so that it's a mirror image of where it was supposed to be. Yeah, this way. So now we've got enough room at the top to accommodate this guy to sit in there. And just like that, we're on to our second iteration of this one. So this one is our passenger side. And I had to do a little bit more modifications to it. That cross beam that was in the way, that's been a problem since we've started molding these together, has pushed this out now further towards the center of the light than the other one. So the other one I was able to just flip this, have our box, and be done. On this one, I actually had to, I was gonna flip it, but I cut it in half, and now we're extending it out. So we'll take our felt, go around it, and then that will fiberglass everything and make it nice and rigid and hard. So this is literally just to be here for my angles. So I need the angle right here. This is where the bracket is going to end. This guy. So this is going to sit somewhere in there. Still have enough room for our bolt if we need to, if we can get our bolt in there. If not, we'll figure something else out. But right now, tentatively, that's what we're looking at. Is that beam goes somewhere in here. Problematic, but we'll make it work. So that will be somewhere in there, that realm. Cool. So now we'll go ahead and basically tack our felt on. You've got our felt. Take your sticker off and tack it on there with some super glue so that it can sit and be usable and stay where we need it to stay. They're definitely not the prettiest things in the world, but they're functional. It'll get the job done. It'll do what I need to do. So I've basically just gone over and wrapped it. This is the one that has the two little pieces. I gotta be careful setting her down. But it has the two pieces in there. You can see that I'm using those two as basically my corners. So that will hold my corners in place. And then the same with the other one. So now we've got to go ahead and mix up some resin, and then we'll make it look brown or tan, kind of like this one. So the white's not done, and then the tan stuff is done. So we'll mix up some resin real quick. Got a can already ready. Mix up some resin, wet this mat out, and then let it dry for the night. Well, there we go. We got our first coat on. I actually ran out of resin, so I won't be able to do another coat, and I didn't quite get it as thick as I want. You can see kind of these patchy spots. That's not good. That means that resin's not quite going all the way through. Right up here where it's nice and dark, that's good. That's showing the dark from this black all the way through. Luckily, I've got enough. I will be able to do it from the inside and actually soak it this time, like all these other ones, because they're nice and tan on both sides. So that means they got really, really soaked in resin. This white on this side means it's not really soaked. You can kind of tell in the corner it got enough, but I definitely don't have enough to make it a nice, solid, hard part. This one got a little bit better. You can kind of tell how it's tanner on the inside in a couple spots. That's good because this is the one that has the least amount of structure to it. So this will have some good structure when we go to actually do the inside. But we will let both of these dry up for the night and get out of here. Well, that was kind of a bust. Today didn't go quite as I wanted it to, but thus is life. So we're gonna roll with the punches and let this dry and I guess get out of here. Call it a night and enjoy the rest of my night. I'm gonna get out of here. You enjoy your night. I'm gonna enjoy my night. If you like what we're doing here, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, give it a big thumbs up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everyone. Peace. Sorry for not getting further. Definitely want to get further than I have been. Peace.